Hey guys, it's QuickyBaby and welcome to the one of two possible winners of the replay competition. You guys are going to be able to vote for the winner. I really want you to watch this replay and also the other T71 replay that you can see released at the same time as this video. And then I want you to go onto my Facebook page and the vote will be up for a few days and then we will have our winner. So that's it. I couldn't think of any better possible way than to have the winner of the first replay competition chosen by you guys. So, here we go. We're watching KingMatt playing his Matilda. This is the non-premium version, i.e. the tier 4 British version of the Matilda rather than the Soviet version. And he, along with Ali on his team, are basically two kings. He's sort of Moses in a way. He's parting a sea of red. And we'll see what KingMatt is able to do here. So, in these kind of low-tier matchups, you guys must be expecting something pretty damn special to be happening. Because this is the lowest tier entry in the replay competition, as well as being the only British tank. In these kind of low-tier games, you can expect a few people to melt within the first few minutes of the game. That goes without saying. Here Matt's not giving quite enough lead on that Panzer 38 NA there. After watching this replay, I might actually have to go and get a Matilda and give it another go. One thing I will add is that this has got the same hull as the Matilda Black Prince, but it's at tier 4 rather than tier 5. The side of the tank has got amazing spaced armor, as you're going to see, and realistically, when you're tanking with this tank, when you're trying to avoid damage, you should probably angle it like this. About like this. That's about right. Hopefully they'll then absorb damage on your track and also on the spaced armor on the side of your tank. One thing that this Matilda has got over the Matilda Black Prince, even though it's a lower tier, is the turrets. Quite a lot better than the flat turret on the Matilda Black Prince. So while I was doing a little bit of analysis there, yeah, okay. We are 2.5 minutes into the game. This very slow Matilda, driven by KingMatt, has only just reached the battle, and the enemy have lost 2 tanks, but Matt's team have lost most of their team. So, begin the onslaught. Matt must be already thinking right now, oh, for God's sake, what's going on? Another donkey team? Are you serious? What am I going to do here? What do I have to do? And he hits the post there. But we can see the great rate of fire of this 40mm gun. Not the best alpha damage, but it's got very high penetration for its tier. 121mm of penetration with regular ammo on this tank, which means that if you hit the target, it will go in. KingMatt here turns to try and engage the M3 Lee, and he's already getting hit by artillery. Realizing that he's in the open and the artillery just hit him, he wants to get into an artillery safe location. So he's getting some flanking shots here. Lovely flanking shots. Doesn't look like the enemy really know what they're doing. And then Matt does something very good here. He sees the Panzer III and then he realizes, uh-oh, there's an Su-85B. Got to focus the Su-85B. He holds his fire until he can shoot the 85B again. Because as you're going to see, wow, that Su-85B just shaved off half of Matt's health in one hit. So still trying to hit this Panzer III. Needs to aim just a little bit more up. There we go, one went left of the reticule. A bit too much left. And so now, Matt and 3 people are against half the enemy team. Oh, Matt and 2 people are against half the enemy team. Matt takes out another Lee. And that's it. Matt is against 8 enemy tanks. This Panzer III obviously doesn't have a clue how to play World of Tanks. Now he's getting assaulted by a Covenanter. He sees the AMX-40, which has got a very nasty gun if it's fully upgraded, and he decides to try and take it out. But the Covenant's also got quite a nasty gun for tier 4. And note here that Matt is against only tier 4 tanks and then artillery. He takes out the Covenant, keeping his cool under fire here. He knows what he needs to focus, and that's the TDs that can penetrate him. And there goes the rest of his health to the M8A1. But he takes it out. And oh my god, he's got a Hetzer using a 105mm. So the Hetzer tracks him once. Oh, the Hetzer tracks him again! I can't believe it! And he gets the 40 as well! Oh my god. What is that? That is the side armor of the Matilda for you. People don't often look at the fact that tanks have got soft stats, what I would call stats that you don't see on paper, and that's that the Matilda has got spaced armor on the side of the tank and it can take an absolute beating. Oh my god. So Matt's already done over 2,000 damage. 2,000 damage in a tier 4 game basically means that he's taken out 6 or 7 enemy tanks completely. All of their health. And now Matt must be absolutely bricking it. He's got 2 artillery who are definitely not AFK hunting him down. So he's making good use of this T-28 as cover. He knows that by looking out this way that he's got his best possible chance. But as if by a stroke of genius, Matt decides, hey, you know, okay, I'm not letting you sneak up behind me. And he gets a lovely opportunity there to shoot over the Hetzer. And the Su-18 hits him, but it bounces off. Oh my days. Matt, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Don't go out into the open where the West can still see you. Good call, good call. He pulls back, and then he goes forward when he knows that he won't be spotted. So right now he's thinking that maybe they attacked at the same time. He's thinking that maybe the Wesp or the A20 were with the Matilda, and oh, we can see that the enemy Wesp is at least half a smart player. Because he took a shot at Matt there where he thought was going to be his last location. Matt's still on the lookout for the A20, and he knows that the Wesp is gunning for him. So he takes a position back, the right position here, behind the T-28, hoping that the A-20 comes and tries to flank him. So Matt's now on 9 kills. It was 1 versus 8. I have never seen a Kolobanov's medal in 1 versus 8. And Matt's giving it his best go here. He knows he's got time. He's going to try and weather down the game here and try and outplay his opponent. So he keeps checking his rear to make sure that he's not getting flanked. And then going back into a strong position on the A-28 here. I'm just going to take a quick look at what the penetration of the APCR rounds are on this gun. 145, you don't really even need that. 121mm of penetration. That's just massive. I guess these tanks can meet tier 6 tanks, and if you meet tier 6 tanks then you're going to get brutalized a bit. But wow, I'm really liking the look of this Matilda when you get a nice matchup. So Matt realizes that this is an encounter game mode, and it will actually take him quite a long time to cap. So he's decided that the enemy have to come to him, and there's no use going out in the field with only 19 health left. He's still pretty sure that the Wesp is going to come from the north or the A-20. He checks his armor to make sure he's mostly hull down, and then proceeds to cap and camp it out. And the sneaky Wesp is trying his luck. Oh my days. So Matt thinks that the Wesp is going to keep trying to counter battery him. And so he relocates into one of the bushes. Now really, I would never recommend to use one of the bushes, sit directly in the bush. So he's sitting in between the bushes. He's probably covering the rear of his tank from being spotted from behind. But oh! Matt just spotted the Wesp. He misses his first shot. Hits his second. Hits his third. And the Wesp hits the pillar! Oh my god! And he takes out the Wesp. Now, the only bad thing about this replay is that Matt must have obviously figured out that the A20 hasn't attacked him yet. And so Matt proceeds to go and finish off the AFK A20. Which means that this was actually a 1 versus 7, effectively. Still, a 1 versus 7 when they're only tier 4 tanks against you. And then, apart from the Panzer III that he finished off first, and the couple of artillery, who were not bad players, the artillery were fairly good players, is still very, very impressive. Now, the one thing that really gets me about this game is that before Matt had even reached the battle, half his team were already dead. And that's gotta be depressing. Who would have just thought, oh, screw this, can't be bothered, and just gone in and tried to get a few kills, you know? Looked like Matt really wanted to win this game, and hats off to him to come out of it with the victory. Absolutely amazing stuff. So here are the post-game stats that KingMatt managed to pick up on that Matilda game on the Siegfried line. We can see that he got the Collar medal, Steel Wall, Top Gun, Spartan, and the Sniper medal. Matt got 1,770 experience. Matt did 2,794 damage in a tier 4 game. His team only did just over 1,200 damage, so it's absolutely ridiculous. Matt did 2.5 times more damage than the rest of his team combined. In my opinion, that alone has to be a mega carry. Matt fired 71 shots, he hit 62 of them, and of those 62, 61 penetrated, which really just shows you what kind of a beast gun this Matilda gets. The penetration on this tank is so high, and I'm seriously considering going and trying out one of these just for the complete lols to see what it can pull off. I think next patch, when the 105 dirt rounds are nerfed, then the Matilda might even get quite a buff, as tanks such as Hetzers and T-82s and T-40s are going to become much worse at trying to penetrate the Matilda. Fair enough, Matt was playing a very low tier tank against some not very competent people, but still Matt was able to pull off a 1v8, although one was AFK, so it was effectively a 1v7. And of those 7 tanks, it wasn't like he was shooting at tier 2 or tier 3 tanks. They were all tier 4 at the end. Matt was quite fortunate at some times, but still, he dug in, and without a shadow of a doubt, he just massively carried this game. This was a complete carry, and without him, his team would have melted 10 times over, and I wouldn't have been surprised if the enemy had only lost maybe 5 tanks before the end of the game. And that's what this competition is all about. It was about, I wanted to see some absolutely amazing carrying, and that's what this replay showcases. It showcases some insane carrying, doing 2.5 times more damage than the rest of your team combined. A 1v8 Kolobanov's medal. It's just absolutely massive. Well played, KingMatt, and you're welcome to come along and play along with me on my live stream. So guys, this is one of the 2 possible winners, so I want you to go onto my Facebook page. I'm going to make a poll, and you're going to decide who the winner is and who's going to take down the prize. As always, thanks a lot for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.